Mic check one. Mic check 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Test 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 test. Welcoming everybody. You turn it up more. Turn it to the side. Enable to Facebook. Check the audio levels, how it's doing. Maybe bump it up a little bit more. Welcoming Mira, welcoming Scott. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. Test 1 2. Welcoming you to another sound experience, meditative experience here with your brother. How's everybody doing today? I know we got brothers and sisters all around. Let me see. Okay, you can hear. Okay, welcoming Winter Storm, Bastocks. This is my more musical mic because you're okay. Well, glad to hear. I'm working on what I must do to stream more, and I'm getting close. I'm getting very close. I realize I'm gonna be able to stream on TikTok more, or I'm close to getting to streaming on TikTok. I'm looking at the rate of growth on TikTok, and I have to say, hey, I'm making movement on TikTok. Yes, I'm gonna be staying on all platforms. I'm gonna be staying on all the platforms, and I think I'm in the ASMR, well, maybe not right now. Let me switch the Twitch category to ASMR because yeah, it's like to help humanity successfully, you have to humble yourself a lot. Check 1 2. You have to be willing to do what your ego. ASMR is just like, yeah. The internet, being a spiritual teacher in the modern day and age, I think in every age, it just requires a lot of open-mindedness and being relevant. It's hard to be relevant if you're not doing anything that people are interested in. And just because they're interested in it doesn't mean that it's your purpose and your calling. Sometimes doing something that's popular doesn't really fulfill you, but finding that line between what's popular and what serves your purpose, I think that is how to be impactful and how to be effective is the word, right? Effective. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, welcoming Lisa Ann. Welcoming everybody. Picky, get your roll on. Welcome, let's see who's in here. We got Ward up in here looking happy. Lisa Ann from Wisconsin. We got Maggie from Arizona. We got Jennifer. I like to play and experiment with meditation, she says, including crystals and sound healing. We got Scott from Ohio. Marathoner. Ooh. Husband to the most beautiful man in the world. Hey, shout out to Scott Holmes and his husband. We got Claude hanging out with us too. And the 3D printing thing, things are I'm starting to see a way. Here's the truth. I'm going to platforms that are more feminine because why? What I do, the core of who I am is definitely more feminine. And there's no doubt about it. I can come off as being masculine, but it's by choice. But at the core of who I am, I'm more gentle, more compassionate. And the spiritual side, the compassionate side is what I lead with. And I have to go to containers that have more women, to be honest. More feminine, I wouldn't even say women, more feminine leaning social media, which is a new phenomenon. Like TikTok has more women, more feminine energy, more dancing and more. So there's more spirituality on those platforms. Insight Timer is heavily dominated by women and feminine beings, to be honest. That's why I've been really doing very well on here. And I also love the wise brothers and sisters on Insight Timer. And again, feminine can be men and women, by the way. It's just more gentle, more, When I'm on Twitch, it's a very masculine environment that I can make it work. But sometimes you're meant to grow in a space that's more harmonious for you. But you have to learn to do the work in a space that's not harmonious with you too. Right? So you train in an uncomfortable environment to prepare for where you're meant to shine sometimes. I love Insight Timer. But I know there's a bigger vision. TikTok. And from TikTok, YouTube. Why do I see that? Because everything is like a door that opens. When you open one door, the other one opens. And when you do the work, the universe shows you how doors will open. The biggest ocean on social media is YouTube. But the biggest ocean that's feminine is TikTok and Facebook. But it takes time to grow on the big ocean, so you have to learn to cultivate and find who you are, where you're at. Welcoming Jag. Does it have to be so binary though? Yes, it does. Because there's yin and yang. Before we can have color, we have to have shadow and light. Right? How can we have the color if we have no light and shadow? But some people want to skip the basics. The two most important men in my life, spouse and son, are both in touch with both feminine and masculine side and all in between. We can say that things are not binary, but you have to understand yin and yang is black and white, but there's shades of gray in between. But for shades of gray to happen, there's black and white in a contrast. That's why do you think yin and yang is an ancient thing? But again, the human ego, we don't want to see the core ancient knowledge, right? Water and fire. It's there to guide us, but sometimes we don't want to see that truth because it doesn't, it may not fit what we believe. But the gray makes it non-binary. Yes, but the gray non-binary would not exist if we didn't have binary, right? So instead, just get rid of those concepts of binary and non-binary and realize that these binary things bring harmony to life. When we get of that harmony, the thing that harmonious, like before non-binary is just be yourself, right? But it's about the energy. Because sometimes we may talk about feminine energy and masculine energy and non-binary, but we're not talking about happiness very much. Labels are limiting. But happiness, that's true, is all technical. Some people say they're happy, but they ain't happy. Some people are loud and proud, but deep inside they're depressed. You can see it right through their eyes. Why? Because you've been there too. But we're not here to preach to the people who are close-minded. Right? The mature-minded people will understand the immature-minded people need to be humbled by life first sometimes. Like when we say labels are limited, it's absolutely true, but yet people continue to use labels and forget what is life really about. You can label yourself happy. You can say that you love yourself, but deep down you don't. Right? Now, some people do. Let's see, how many circles are in the yin and yang? When most people look, they only see 2 circles and they forget altogether that the symbol is also a circle. There are 3. Not everything is binary. I mean, now we're getting into philosophy and we may be missing the point of, like, you may be stating something that seemingly is true, but it's hard to apply. It's like we can talk a lot about self-love, but many people don't even know how to do that. We can talk about yin and yang, non-binary, but are you fulfilled with who you are? Are you genuinely fulfilled? And many people are not, which is why it's a question that is a, quote, tough question. But by the way people live their life, the way they carry themselves, their tone of voice, the way they breathe, the way they walk, the way they speak, your whole being has an aura. And if your aura is miserable, we don't need to know much about you, because if you just pay attention to the energy of people, whatever label they choose to be, you can tell, is this harmonious or not harmonious? But we stay quiet about it. Why? Because when they're not ready to hear something, it might shock their paradigm, right? Because in their life, maybe their ego, they think that they're happy. And if you question their happiness, how dare you? And this is why I know when to say something or not something. But of course, I made the mistake, or I made, bad decisions in the past, speaking at the wrong time. Sometimes you have to learn to play dumb because you know that this person is not ready to hear something. And there's times where you should use your voice because once in a while, you should pick your battles. Why? Because if you truly believe in something, sometimes you gotta stand up for it. But if you're constantly fighting, it's so tiring to fight all the time. Right? So that's why you have to know when we should engage and when not to engage. And why I choose to engage with you here and in my daily life. I just engage with people who are practitioners, because if you're not a practitioner and you engage, their ego gets involved. You haven't seen, if you're engaging with people who have not done the work to forgive themselves, to love themselves, and to be honest with themselves, would result. If you listen to advice from people who have no results, why are you listening to them? It's like listening to somebody teach you how to be peaceful, when in fact, they're miserable and depressed. So this is why you have to be very careful who you engage and talk to, brothers and sisters. And that's what I do personally before I listen to somebody. Do they practice what they preach? Are they happy? That's it. Are they living a pure life or a miserable life? Do they preach a lot about philosophy and ideology? But they don't, when I talk to them, how come I feel they're always angry, or I feel they're always got something to, they always have something to complain about, but doesn't lead to harmony, peace, joy, and happiness. Those are the immature ones that we just stay quiet and let them talk, right? And that's okay, because not everyone's we don't have to get involved with every karma, right? You don't have to get in the middle of everything, because why? It ain't your problem, right? But if you have a voice in it, which means if you've been through some things, sometimes it is time to talk. But if you have not been through it and you get involved, be careful, because the ego, if your authority and your voice isn't going to make a difference, you may just get attacked by immature people. Welcome to 2024. Welcoming Claude, Jill, who else up in here? We got Eddie, Kathleen, shine your light, he says. Who else up in here? We got, let's see here. Lori from Boston, nice to see you. Share your flute with them and watch their ego diminish. This is why I love sound healing, because if somebody's doing music and it's not from the heart, you can feel it. And it bugs me a lot when you have somebody sharing their art and it's not from the heart. Because you may be picking up their baggage too. It's like when you're having a conversation and it begins to be head, speaking from your head, I most of the time just stay quiet, because when you're speaking with your head, you're not really speaking at all. You're not speaking your heart. You got something lingering in your heart that you don't want to express, so we start talking about things that don't really add value to our life. And I see this is happening more and more often from people who don't practice. Welcoming DJ Mako. Right? For people who don't want to face what they have to do, or also known as for people who don't want to do their work, what they usually do is talk about things that have nothing to do with improving their life. Oftentimes it's complaints, but no solutions. Welcoming Michelle. Ooh, Michelle. Ginger X is here. Because whenever I play the flutes as a sound healer, if it's not from the heart, it bugs me that I'm in my head. And if I'm in my head, I notice it instantly and I neutralize, because I'm here to channel unconditional love. When you got stuff going on in your head, you gotta clear it first, especially if you consider yourself a healer, a teacher, or something that's an influencer, and it's not from the heart, you may be poisoning people's minds. You may be poisoning people's perception. And that's why I'm very peculiar who I listen to. And you can hear it if something's from their heart or not. In the beginning, it may be from the heart. And there are some things that are more mentally heavy, and that's understandable. But if you can find a way to find the network of people, or just people overall who can speak from their heart, life becomes more grounded, less drama. So I stay away from people who get into too much drama, because drama can be really addictive. But they don't find their solutions. They just find more drama. Welcoming Zen, Sierra, Soul Bazaar is here too. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, smile. Breathing out, relax. It's okay to smile when you breathe. Love your damn self. Sometimes you need to smile for no reason, but you have to do it in an intimate setting, because smiling for yourself and feeling the energy, it's so beautiful. In the past, I used to think that was very weird to just. But when you love yourself, sometimes you just deserve to love you with your free time. You always deserve to love you. But you have to be real with yourself. Sometimes you're betraying yourself, but you think it's loving you. But it's not about being perfect. Now, if you can do it on a perfect level, beautiful. It's about doing the best that you can to know that you care about you. So many people skip themselves to focus on everybody else, and they think that they're happy when they see others happy. I'm happy too, they say, but deep down they look like crap. They feel like crap. They just put their love, their heart outside of themselves, and when there's no one to give, we long to give to other people. We long to serve other people, and many good people, they long to serve, they long to give, but they don't even know how to give to themselves. That's the world I come from. Some people come from the world where they're not giving as much. And that's okay. Everybody comes from where they come from. Namaste. It's about the balance, yin and yang. People who love to give to others need to learn to what? Give to themselves. We're so young, right? We're right. Giving, we're sending energy. That's a yang. Receiving is yin. Some people are obsessed with helping others in Mother Earth, in the community, the world, but they don't know how to fill their own damn cup. So many Reiki healers and masters, light workers are like that. And then there's people who are actors, who are there to make money from you. There's a ton of actors nowadays. You know why? In the mental health and emotional health and spiritual world, there's people manipulating each other to make money all the time, because you know why? It's just business. And it's always been like that. Because people are looking to survive, but the people who lead with faith are few. But those people, that one Christ being, that Buddha, Nirvana being, that Krishna-like being, welcoming Ra, Heru, they leave a legacy, right? They leave a beautiful legacy. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddha. They're not perfect. No one's perfect. The people with big ego will say something is perfect, but maybe the perfection is in the imperfection. But sometimes many people just want to worship something perfect because they need a hero. Because sometimes your life sucks and you don't believe in yourself, but having a hero, it builds your hope and faith in this difficult thing called life. Understandable. God sometimes, for people, it starts on the outside, but as we begin to be more mature, God starts on the inside. But in the beginning, we're looking on the outside. Some people aren't looking for God, but they don't know what they're looking for. Well, some of them do. Sex, drugs, alcohol. But does it lead to happiness, brothers and sisters? What is happiness? Do they know? Do they ask what is happiness? Do you know what is happiness? And can you feel it on a moment-to-moment basis? So I recently decided to learn the Tibetan style of the Shakyamuni Buddha mantra, also known as Siddhartha, which goes like this. Om Mani Mani Mun, Om Mani Mani Mamuni, Shakyama. Forgot it. That's why I took a screenshot. Check 1, 2. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Thank you. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Shakyamuni Savaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Savaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Muni Shakyamuni Savaha. Let's try it. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Muni. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Muni Shakyamuni Savaha. Om. Here we
Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Muni Shakya Muni Savaha
Thank you, Lori. Thank you for the donation, Sierra, so bizarre. I kind of like this style of doing the Dharma talk. Speak music, and it's just hard to create content. Oh, thank you. The no donation has come through. Thank you. Thank you, Eros. But the editing can be very difficult for the AI, which is how I'm growing. So in the beginning, it's going to be music and Dharma. Thank you for the compliments. And again, I just sing for God. I sing for Buddha. I sing for the answers. I sing for world peace, and because it's needed, right? So bizarre. Let me see here. So we need to get you on a radio station, they say. You know, I asked God to show me how to use my voice. Before I used to speak really low, not confident, and really kind of low energy and low. And then the universe just told me, if you're somebody who's proud to live his life, if you're somebody who is passionate, inspired, what would you sound like? And that person is what you hear. So I just made up. Like, everyone has their own version of the best sounding you, brothers and sisters. Everybody has the best version of whatever they want to create for themselves if you just stop getting in the way of what's possible. Maybe not everybody needs like this kind of voice, but maybe it's about the way you dress. Maybe it's the way you make art. Maybe it's the way you are a leader. Some people are bosses and some people are leaders. Right? It's the way you do the work. Because not everybody's meant to play the flute, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's meant to live stream. But how can you be the best mother, the best son? Where you're at right now, the universe needs you, or else you wouldn't be there. How can you be the best you in that role to inspire the world around you? Because online, there's a lot of influence online, but a lot of it's not from the heart. Right? There's a lot of content out there. People press like, people press love. But are we really feeling unconditional love, or is this some BS? Because very few people, because to feel unconditional love, you know what it requires? Time, trust, listening, and speaking. And that's really high qualities, because most people don't know how to listen. They need dopamine, right? So they need me to be, hey guys, welcome to the Mystic Village. My name is Tanet, and I am acting like a robot, a TikTok, so that you can be really engaging. I'm speaking in a way that's really dopamine-y, so that I don't want to lose your retention time, because if I lose your retention time, then the viewer count goes down and the money goes down, and the ad revenue goes down. So I'm speaking in a way that's really connecting with you, so that you watch more and be really addicted to this content. Like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell also. And by the way, I'm still speaking. Pay attention. Don't go watch something else, right? Oh my God. But sometimes some of that is required. So I'm doing that with you, but I'm finding what's more authentic. How can I stay true? So I'm speaking with you in a way that keeps you engaged, but don't make you addicted to the content. Because making you addicted is a terrible thing. It's what the system, it's what the ego wants, desire. I want more. So whenever I'm speaking, I'm looking at how can we speak in a way that unites people and connects the heart. Now for women, for people who are feminine leaning, this is very comfortable. For many men, they don't know how to do this. And that's why many people still single. Right? Because they're not sure how to open their heart. They gotta hit. That's a low blow, I know. And it's not just men, it's women too. Some of y'all too masculine because you're not in harmony. Some of y'all too feminine. You don't even look like you're on the market. Right? It's like you want something, but your energy is speaking different, something else. You want relationship, but you don't look like you're on the market. You want money, but you don't look like money. You don't look like you're attracting it. But some people, because you have to be humble enough to understand that you're going to attract your energy. Heather says, I am a hippie, I love to love. Yeah. It's about, if you're happy being a hippie, I'm happy for you. Right. I definitely spent 2 to 3 years in my hippie mode where I went to lots of festivals, did a lot of, entheogens, as those shamans speak of. Went to all these things. I had dreadlocks twice, okay? Before becoming bald, as you know, some of y'all have seen. Because you know why? I'm a wild being. But when you learn to tame the wild energy, because the wild thing, it means you have a lot of energy. And if you learn to control and tame the energy, you're more grounded and you're more useful because you're able to turn on and off the energy. And some people, they don't know how, right? Let's see here. I wish I could be that girl in the heels, but I'm not. Be who you want to be, right? You don't have to be the girl in the heels to attract your energy. But if you're not getting what you want, you have to realize you can't change what other people think, but you can change your own energy. Lots of judging going on here. We have to make judgment. It's right. You have to make judgment to understand. Like if you don't make a judgment, you become really confused. There's something called truth, and there's something called cause and effect. And if you don't learn to see the truth, you just make stuff up and you don't get the result you want. Now, if you're happy, that's why I say if you're happy with your life, I'm happy for you. But if you, right, and that's why I talk to the people who can deal with the truth, because immature people like to make stuff up. They just like to change the label, but behind that label is, we don't want to see what's behind. It's like right? It's like when a can of beans is expired and rotten inside, changing the labels, the can of beans still is expired, right? But sometimes we just want to change the label on a can of beans because it's more convenient, because we don't want to pry open what's in that can, because you know why? We don't want to see what's inside. We want to continue just promoting this label, but everyone knows that's a expired can of beans. But some people don't want to hear that. And that's why the truth is only for mature people. Right? Before, because sometimes you can be so open-minded that you get lost. Right? Because what I'm saying, some people will disagree with. Well, guess what? I'm not for everybody. I'm here for the people who can deal with the truth. And if you disagree, maybe I'm just not for you. Maybe you're hanging around here figuring out, I like your vibe, but I don't like what you're saying. Maybe I'm just not for you. And I'm glad I'm not for everybody. Because the truth is, that's why there's many maps that lead to the same thing. But do you think this is my first rodeo? Do you think this is my first time talking to people? You know how many years I've been doing this? I've been live streaming on Twitch for 4 years, and now I bring helping people to Insight Timer and many platforms because I love helping people. Right? I see a lot of people just changing their damn labels, but they're not happy. So many people They want you to be politically correct. They want you to understand all this. But we're not talking about happiness at all. I just focus on, are you genuinely happy with who you are right now? And if you're not clear about that, damn, that's an issue. Because sometimes you're more concerned about the label than what's inside the can of bean, what's inside the can. I'm more concerned about, if you don't like what's inside, you can change the damn beans, put some other thing inside the can, you know what I mean? If you don't like expired can of beans, put something sexier, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is for you, maybe you want some exotic fruits. Put the exotic fruit in there. But first, you gotta look in that can and dump it out. And that's why I'm here to be graceful with how I share wisdom and information, because the Buddha teaches you that if you cannot find people who is gonna add to your journey, if you cannot find people who understand, then you don't need to be with those people. It's better to be with few people who are going to help you advance your life than to be with a bunch of people that hold you back. This is ancient wisdom, people. Right? This is ancient wisdom. And what happens when you start speaking the truth? Sometimes your homies leave you. The Buddha, whenever, right, he woke up, whatever, his homies were like, oh, the Buddha's eating food now. He's supposed to be an ascetic. He's off track. Eventually, those people came back to respecting the Buddha. Why? Because the truth is the truth. What happened when Jesus started speaking the truth? Haters gonna hate. What happened when Gandhi speak the truth? Haters gonna hate. But guess what? Should we just stop speaking the truth because people's feelings are getting hurt? Haters gonna hate. Right? This is Buddhism, spirituality mixed with the streets. Welcome to 2024 modern Dharma. How are we feeling? Welcoming teacher Christy from Sacramento. Nice to see other practitioners on here. Other teachers, nice to see you here. Thank you for hanging out. We got JG, the OG, Christina Ireland from Spain, even though her last name is Ireland. We got Claudia hanging out from the Bay Area. Who else we got? Hilarosa from Oregon, choosing love over fear. Ooh. We got John G, another OG. Adam is here from the Netherlands. Shout out to brother Adam. I originally grew up near sandy shores of New Jersey shores. Okay, outside of New York. I hope you're enjoying the energy and the vibes. We got Q up in here, of course. Bella. Michelle, of course. Lori. Thank you for hanging out here. We got Seer, So Bizarre. You've got a damn beautiful voice. I would even say it's my voice. When you give your life to service and God, it unlocks you. The chakra system open, and you're able to do things that most people, I didn't even know. I'm not doing it. Like literally, I'm just. Whatever, because sometimes you need the masculine tone of Tibetan monks to come clear the energy. And when the energy is clear, you wanna another one.
Dare du ri so ha. Dare du ri so ha. Dare du ri so.
Hola. How's everybody feeling? Turn up the light a little bit. Welcoming Mora on YouTube, Ginger X. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. The art of meditation is so beautiful, poetic, that life and the happiness of life can be as simple as just, it may be really hard for people to, it took me a while. Like imagine you spend your life looking for what is true happiness. Hey, welcoming Astrid. But imagine it may take you just a couple years or 3 years till you actually find it. But many people won't start and will say, it's too hard, let me go drink some tapioca. No, let's go to Coachella. I want, when we're looking for happiness, we never ask, what is happiness? Because what we're looking for oftentimes is just instant gratification. That's why people love drugs. And plant medicines help. But it doesn't solve the issue why you're unhappy. Because if you need to take something to be happy, why can't you be happy without taking something? Don't ask that question, and then I had to stop smoking the sacred herb. I don't like saying that too much because I'm aware that it pisses a lot of people off for me to say that. Just pretend I didn't say it, okay? Reset button. Okay, restart. Okay. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Gotta use a little sassiness when you do the Dharma talk, or else people don't really listen when it's too boring, you know what I'm saying? Wait, double reset. Okay. Do we need a triple? Okay, triple reset. Okay. A mindful quadruple reset. Look. I'm moving my hand to the top of Mystic Quacker's, slowly descending upon his silicone head. Slowly ascending. Did it too fast or too slow? You have to. Do you believe we live before or live again? Depends on what is your intention for asking the question. On a human level, people born and people die. On a spiritual level, there is no beginning or the end. Right? You got to be clear nowadays. You can't be too philosophical for beginners. Right? Because some people are still looking for all these esoteric answers, UFO and all these things that doesn't necessarily make their life better, but they're asking about it because why? It's a lot of dopamine. Right? In the Zen, there is no lived or will live. There's just, we never breathe in the past or the future. But sometimes when we get too philosophical without explaining it, People are like, what the hell? And even if you explain to people who are not practitioners, they won't get it because you need to practice. Or we can just talk about philosophy, labels, ideology all over. Are we even enjoying the moment? We're talking about enjoying the moment. Is there cause and effect? Yes. There's a beginning and the end, but there's a way to stop the whole cycle. Enlightenment, awakening, whatever that means. You don't really need to know, but you just need to know that it's possible. Because if you knew it already, if you knew the answers already, you'd achieve it. But not knowing might be the best thing in life ever, because it makes life interesting. Because if you end up knowing everything, there's a lot more responsibilities. Because you already know that's going to happen. And if you don't know how to operate, knowing everything, you could lose your brain because you just already know this person's going to die in this age. He's going to get in an accident. It's like you just focus on the world around you. Your life. Some people are so concerned about the world, but the world is literally just our perception of it, because you cannot be everywhere, but you can be in your city doing the work, in your community, in your family. Focus on your world, and as a collective, we share the wisdom and help our paradigm, our world. So when we talk about deep philosophical things, it can be political if you're hanging out with practitioners who don't continue to keep going to the moon. Go all the way. Many people, they have an awakening and they settle, I am a Reiki master. That's it. Okay, there's more to you than just Reiki master. There's more to you than just yoga teacher training 200-hour certification. Oh, wait, reset. I didn't say it. Okay, wait. Breathe. Gracefully descending on the head. And up. Okay, reset. Imagine that your being has no limitation, but only the limitation you place on yourself. But that sometimes some people pretend or play this character of I am so unlimited. But you just change the label. You just make the can of beans that are expired. You just change the label to new design. But inside the can of beans still rotten. Just because you change the label doesn't mean you gotta dump out the can of beans. But guess what? You think the rotten can of bean is you, and you don't even like it. But instead of facing that fact or that truth, it's easier to just change the label. Nope. Can of cream of mushroom. Next day. Because sometimes we can be so free that we're lost. Sometimes we can be so fluid that we don't even know who we are. And it makes us crazy. It makes us ungrounded. It makes us loopy. And when our mind is loopy, what do we do more of? But all this talk is not, it's for the people who are open-minded. The immature people, they love politics. And they just talk about, right? It becomes more about how you said what you said, but nothing about, are you happy? It's more about identifying as happy, right? It becomes more political. When you get too political, you get lost. Are we even happy? Right? Because to be in the present moment is pure. The truth is pure and clear. But we live in a world of politics, labels, ideology, mentality, and all these things that make it complex when the truth is simple. But an immature mind will make the truth difficult because it doesn't want the truth sometimes. You know why? The truth is painful, but it will set you free. That's old news. We all know the truth is painful, but it will set you free. Most people, they only want good news, and you know that's BS. If you want life to only be good feelings and, butterflies blooming from your heart, maybe it's why you're unhappy, because you're only expecting good news. Because sometimes to feel good, like genuinely feel good, you have to face the pain. And you have to learn to forgive. You have to learn to let go so that you can enjoy this moment where you could have always enjoyed the moment. Imagine many people, they're waiting. Imagine many people are waiting to be happy later after they get boyfriend, girlfriend, after they get the surgery, after they get married, after they have children, then they can celebrate their life. I'm telling you, you could celebrate now with all your brokenness, with all your imperfection, with all your broken beauty, with all of what you think may not be good for you. There's something beautiful in every one of us. Like Nikki says, happiness is within. And you know what's sad? Everyone knows that, but many people don't practice it. Why? Because politics get involved and we go, well, I can't be happy because they don't accept me. I can't be happy because my circumstances. I can't just enjoy this because like my life is blah, 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 blah. I'm like, go on. Any more? Okay, welcoming Peggy. When are you going to focus on the solution? Because some people are so focused on why they can't, why they won't, why they're not. Instead of, what must I do? How can I? What action must I change? But before we get that, we have to see if you know everything. If you think you're doing everything right in your life, how come your results are crappy? If with all the knowledge that you have, if you think you have all the knowledge, the result should be a happy life. But if it's not, maybe your standard for life is not happiness and fulfillment. What is your standard for life? Because many people think that their standard for life is happiness, but secretly and quietly and sadly, they have settled for mediocrity, but they call it happiness. Welcome, Taekwondo Grandmaster. That's his screen name, or the screen name.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Thank you, Jane. Well, I'm going to go into a more pure Dharma talk state. So the music part is mostly ending unless I need to clear the energy. I'm going to end the insight timer. I'm going to end the YouTube. And I'm going to restart just pure Dharma talk for 2 hours with y'all. And I really want to do this more. It's just I'm working on it, you know. So thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the follows. I'm going to leave this stream and I'm going to restart another one. So if you feel like continuing the Mystic Village vibe with your brother Tanet here, then stick along. And if people need card reading, I do that too. It's just I'm figuring out what's the best. So see you soon. In a minute. Alright, in the YouTube, because